Every person learns to live outside the school. Learns to live. Learns to live. Aprende a vivir. Aprende a vivir. Toda persona aprende a vivir fuera de la escuela. The root clarity of Illich.
There are schools that hurted us and we raised our guard up against them. We wanted to run away from them, however, we usually stayed. We've been afraid to leave them, we've been afraid to stay in them, and we have also been afraid to stay outside of them. We have been over-schooled since youngers, and now as grown-ups, we dream about being over-schooled too. We have claimed, cried, denied, and yet we have also legitimized the academies. We work and believe in secondary knowledge, and at the same time we have been impressed by CVs with flamboyant educational institution names, the most institutionalized institutions, the most schooled schools. Based on these contradictions is that we wanted to start a non-school.
There are at least 5 basic wonderful things in life. Música, gatitos, familia escogida, siesta, sobrinas.
My sisters, my parents, Emma, the agriculture, dance.
Sex, friends, metaphors, ocean, mountains. How can we generate teaching learning processes and spaces that are more similar to small parties, celebrations, than to schools?
If we believe in a context-based education that takes an ethical and political position, how can we achieve a collective reflection process about urgent topics using alternative educational tools working from the body?
How can we create caring, free, singular, and respectful teaching learning spaces?
How do we provoke pleasure in learning?
How can we trust our guts to recognize the energy in the space and to figure out whether we want to be in a place to learn together, or whether we are tired and we can't be present to continue?
If schools, non-schools, should address empathy, affection, and will, how can we also address conflict, dissent, chaos, disorder, noise, and the unpredictable or out-of-the-way things? So necessary as well.
How can we create safe and caring spaces to learn outside the learning borders? Especially, how can we give a space to embrace failures and mistakes?
How do we define liberty and curiosity?
A non-school is always in the making, is never done. Teaching is not necessarily the result of a school. Learning is not necessarily a result of teaching. We shall disturb the educative, monogamous thought and transform the educational structures in polyamory networks. Learning and actioning must be performed collectively, as a tribe. The non-schools learning processes have and require certain instability.
Ana Archa Cortez, a dear friend which, from the art education field say that the magic or witchcraft in the creation of those space lies in finding forms of decent and common consensus and build from those spaces.
Has the guard down. It not afraid of not knowing. Doesn't feel guilt. Cooks its bounds. Has no correctness police. Doesn't expect just one guide or master. Hacks itself constantly. Exercises political imagination. It's more similar to a ceremony or a ritual than a class. Understands education as an intellectually expanded practice. It is mediated by tenderness and rebellion. It is not vertical nor mandatory. Always approaches knowledge recognizing that we are body. Works from the experience. Provokes coexistence. Allows itself to be performatic and odd. Leads to speculation and provocation. It is situated, takes position. Tries to agree, but the distant is welcome and promoted. Poeticizes and makes non-apparent links. It connects us with life. Dislodge the knowledge. She doesn't take herself too seriously. Give presence. Reminds us that we are closer than we think. Takes care of itself and receives love.